Hello, I'm Lise-Lotte. Welcome to the garden. You can see my greenhouse in the back. I started this, I'm gonna say experiment. I think it's 19 weeks ago now. And the experiment was to sit down here in the bottom of the garden next to my greenhouse, often with Lily, who's actually just over there in the sunshine, and kind of have a conversation about different aspects of creativity and living a creative life. And I have done that. And it's a beautiful September day here today on the west coast of Canada, on Vancouver Island. And I started out with this little seed. Wasn't this exact seed, but it was like that seed. So, and that seed, I pulled it out of my pocket and I described to you that it was a sweet pea seed. And that was my seed of an idea, was to come and share this and see if it was something that would be fun to do, would be helpful for you, the person who's there watching. And I think that from the feedback that I've had, it has been. And what a better place than to spend a little bit of time in the garden. And so I'm glad that I was able to share that. And you can kind of hear this in the storytelling because it's coming to an end, which is today is my last day of coming down here to the bottom of the garden to do that because the seasons are changing. And so I will be doing a similar video, but from an inside studio, because I can't really guarantee that it's going to be so nice to sit down here and then the sound and all the things. So, but you know, I also wanted to say that there are so many examples, wonderful examples of creativity and living a creative life, and reminders about living a creative life, and kind of parallels in living a creative life when you live in a garden. And so when I started with that little seed, well, the idea has gone through time, and in a garden, you kind of measure time in a really different way. And so here are the last of the sweet peas. I always hate to pick off, because then I won't get the blooms from here. But you know, it's the end of the season, and so these are the last of my sweet peas. So really, one little sweet pea, one little idea, one little seed of an idea has literally blossomed into, well, I have all kinds of beautiful flowers at the front, and we had done some different beds at the front, made them, it was a lot of work, but I'm glad we really did it, because we had a fantastic sweet pea season. And actually I have sold fewer sweet peas in aid of collecting seed. And so I'll show you this one seed. Gardener never wants to lose a seed, right? So these are some of the sweet peas that I have collected from the plants that are just around here, around this particular seed. And they're poisonous to eat, so obviously we're not doing that. But the sweet pea itself just looks like a pea that you would eat. You know, well, actually those are my favorite, is green peas from the garden. But just like you would eat that, you wouldn't eat these ones. But each of these will produce one huge, beautiful plant. This is not all one plant, these are all different. But so it's exciting. It's exciting to see kind of, you know, yeah, just how it works. Oh, I was going to show you this. So when if I were to leave it on the vine, which I actually had done with this one, and then luckily kind of showed you, at some point, when the plant decides it's time, the sweet pea itself actually opens and twists. And in the opening and the twisting, it scatters that seed. So that's kind of cool, isn't it? Now there are a few seeds left in here. There's one in this one, but that's just how nature works with this. And it's kind of exciting. And I was looking to see, are there any ones that I could just get to show you. So I was glad to be able to do that because most of the other ones that have already turned, those seeds are scattered, and I don't know if they'll make it into the ground or if a little squirrel will come along and eat them. I don't know, but that's kind of how sweet peas work. And then I have a whole jar of ones that I've already shelled, and they're dry and safe. Nobody can eat through this glass jar, so so they're safe in here, and I will be sharing them actually for sale. I'll put some because they're just too beautiful, and there are too many that I would like to do that. So so I will be doing that, and I'll let people in my newsletter know if they're local, then I can figure it out with them. So that's kind of the end of the season. Oh, you can hear the helicopters come in from the ocean. They come around, and then this one would be going to the hospital, which is close to here, so that's why you're hearing that. So I want to thank everybody who has commented and has shared and has followed as a result. And I would love to know in the comments today, what is it that was helpful about any of the videos that you saw over the last 19 weeks? And also in the comments, are there any topics on the theme of connection through creativity that you would be interested for me to cover? Because obviously, you know, there are lots of things that we can talk about, and 19 weeks, although it seems like a long time at this stage, it actually isn't, because there's just so much to talk about when living a creative life, and really one thing leads to another. So that is it for today, and I'll share these in my, this is I got this, isn't this beautiful? It's actually a Swedish container. I got it at a garage sale here, and it's one of my favorites, and I have a frog in the bottom, so one of those things that you put the stems into, so it keeps it kind of upright, because it kind of works that way. So thank you so much for being here. If you are interested in my GEM membership, you can get on the wait list. It's on my website, and I'll also have a link at the bottom here. I also do a blog, and I also send out a weekly newsletter that comes out on Thursdays, all about connection and creativity. And so if you're interested in that, that is free, and love to have you along. So I can just see that our pal is coming along here on the little path to say hi. Can you see everybody? I don't know if you can see. I'll move this. There. All right, I'll turn the camera so you can see her. So I hope that you're having a good afternoon, and thank you for being here, and I wish you peace on your path.